Hi there and welcome back to The Way We All Go. So I turned down the volume a little bit because I realized last time it was really loud. I don't know, Bandicam told me it was like normally. But you shouldn't trust Bandicam, I suppose. Alright, anywho, let's go on. I lie in my futon, staring up at the living room ceiling. Since my grandparents' house is pretty small, there was nowhere to put me other than here. And why is my controller again not working? It worked last time. Oh, I clicked out of the window. I'm an idiot. Sorry, my bad. Still, I don't mind. It reminds me of the time when I was a child, and I used to stay here overnight when my parents were busy. I would lie on the same futon, in the same living room, with the light turned on, reading comics and eating slices of stolen tangerine. My fingers would always get stained with yellow from the rind of the tangerine, and I never had the foresight to wash it off before I went to sleep. Ah, you were probably a dumb kid. My grandmother would see my yellow fingers in the morning, and see the missing tangerines, but she never scolded me. That's nice. Instead she asked me, in an overly theatrical tone of surprise, "Where have the tangerines all gone?" And I'd say, "I don't know. Maybe it was a bear." They really were fun times. But I'm not 10 anymore. Really? You did this with 10? You were really a stupid kid. I'm getting older, and I'm too big for this futon now. The tips of my toes are poking out from under the sheets. I close my eyes and curl up into a ball, listening to the sounds of the cicadas outside. The windows are all shut, but I still can hear them. This is something I forgot after living in the city for so long. The small details vanished from my mind, as though they were never there at all. And they were... Okay, I get it. No matter where you live, there is always background noise. In the city, it's cars and drunken arguments at 2 a.m. Yeah, that's true. Outside your apartment. In the countryside, it's cicadas. Cicadas and the wind. I snuggle under my blanket. For some reason I feel cold. And not just my toes. All of me. My whole body. I shiver. Maybe it isn't the weather. Maybe it's my mind. I'm probably overthinking things. I always do. Thinking about tomorrow. Thinking about her. I should have told her. Why? Didn't I tell her? That's the last thought I have. Okay, are we talking about, you did not tell her that you love her, or you did not tell her something important and that's why you destroyed her life? Oh well. Before I fall into a deep, dreamless sleep, I guess we are going to find out, don't we? Sunlight streams through the window. I can feel it brushing against my face, trying to snake itself through my closed eyes. I curl up even tighter into a ball, like a hibernating hedgehog. The new day crept up on me far too fast. I haven't had any time to prepare myself yet. Prepare. I'm still tired and my feet are cold. That's what I get for sleeping on a futon slightly too small for me, I guess. Oh, well. Being 2 meters tall, everything is too small for me and I don't have cold feet. I can't hear any cars. I can't hear any people. Everything is still, quiet. Maybe too quiet. I start to fantasize, making up imaginary scenarios of natural disasters, nuclear wars, zombie apocalypse. That's stuff I do as well. Always imagining stuff. That's actually quite fun though. Where have all the people gone? It takes me a few moments to remember where I am. Huh? Ah, okay, you were still sleeping, okay. I'm not in the city anymore. Well, I'll do that while I'm awake. Oh, is that a photo photoshopped into looking like a painting, or is this real painted? I have no idea about things like these. I sigh, breathing in the cool air. It's invigorating, waking me up thoroughly than a bucket of cold water could. Now then, where should I go? Who should I see? Amma told me in a letter I received a few days ago that she was going to spend most of Golden Week working in her parents' cafe. Since it's only 11 a.m., it seems likely she'll be there. In that case, if I want to pay her a visit, I should dig my old bike out from my grandparents' back garden and take it for a ride. It takes about 40 minutes to reach the town where the cafe is, by bike, probably slightly longer if I walk. I haven't been on bike in a long time. Thinking about it makes me feel a bit nostalgic. The wind in my hair, the scent of the flowers in the fields, the earth under my tires. It's an exciting idea. But on the other hand, there's always Noelle. I definitely owe her a visit. And yet it's been so long. I can't help but feel anxious. But I know one thing is certain. If I keep deliberating like this, I'll never get anything done. Ah, great. So who was the one that he is sorry for doing? Was that Amu or Noelle? Huh. Well, I read that there are different endings and different routes and stuff, so this is probably important, probably. So... I think Amu isn't the one. Is Amu the one he talked about in the beginning? No, she isn't, is she? No, I think it's Noelle, because he said, "Nah, I have to pay her a visit." On the other hand, he so much elaborated about visiting Amu at her parents' cafe. Ah, well. We visit Noelle. I stand in front of that house for the first time in 2 years. It feels almost like a dream, and it is really loud again. I hope it's not too loud for you guys. The only thing that reassures me that this is reality is the anxious beating of my heart, the knot of worry coiled up inside my chest. I want to turn. Okay, I guess I had the right pick. I want to run. But I know I despise myself for it. I've come this far already, so I can't turn back. I need to focus my breathing, steady my heart. Breathe in, breathe out. Look at the house. Look at the house and remember. This is an old village with roots that can be traced back centuries. Most of the houses are wooden, long-lasting remnants of an older time, constructed almost a century ago. In comparison, Noelle's home is strikingly modern, a large structure with glass windows and a garage. To my younger self, it seemed almost like a palace, a home for a princess. I used to come down this path on my bike every few days when I was young, often with Amu. We'd watch this home being constructed bit by bit, staring from a distance with wide eyes as it all came together. To me it seemed like magic. But now... the house doesn't look as grand as I once remembered. It seems smaller, somehow shrunken. That's probably because I've been exposed to so many towering skyscrapers in the city. I don't think that's the only thing, though. Somehow the house looks a little bit like a shell. A fossilized remain. Yeah, it's true, it looks kinda like someone did not really take care of it, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being sentimental, but the atmosphere feels a little off. It's cold. There's no warmth here. And in the garden, there's a sign. A sign that reads quite plainly in large characters, "For sale." This unexpected news makes my eyes open wide. The house is for sale? I had no idea. Amu never mentioned this in any of her letters. Does this mean Noelle is moving? Did something happen? Maybe Noelle is sick. She is ill and her parents don't want to stay in a small village like this any longer, so far away from a hospital. Or it's her parents. Maybe something unfortunate happened to them. An accident, and then critical care, or worse, death. Noelle will have to stay with distant relatives while her old, beautiful home goes to ruin. No, that's ridiculous. Way over the top. Then maybe her parents got remarried? They are getting divorced and they are selling the house. Oh, remarried as divorce? Oh, okay. I thought, like marrying again after divorce. In that case, Noelle will end up living with a new step-parent. Maybe they are cruel, and some wicked stepsisters are... Man, this is no fairy tale. But if I keep going down this line of thought, it'll end up like a fairy tale. True that. Something simpler then. Something more likely to have actually happened in reality, and not inside my overly anxious, melodramatic mind that has been warped from watching too many TV dramas. Don't you have something better to do, man? Our parents probably got a new job. That seems like the most likely option. My grandparents did say more and more people were leaving this village. It is a small place after all, even if it is very pretty. There just aren't that many jobs here, and driving 40 minutes to work every day isn't practical. And yet, even though I know it's foolish, I can't help but worry. Noelle was always so quiet, so shy, so reclusive. Even though there were only 33 students in our whole school, she hardly ever spoke a word to anyone other than me. If Noelle's parents are moving to a larger town, how will she cope? What will she do? But it's not my place to worry. I scoff at myself, shaking my head. I don't deserve to act so righteous, pretending to be oh so concerned for Noelle's happiness. If I was, I would have told her. If I really valued our friendship, I wouldn't have let it fall apart so easily. Come on, you're over-teasing it, really. Tell me what happened, or don't talk about it anymore, man. My legs remain frozen to the spot. I have to exercise a great deal of willpower to get them to move. Feeling as though I could fall over at any moment, I make my way up to the front door. I knock on the door, and wait. I wait, and wait, and wait. The seconds go by slowly, agonizingly, like trying to squeeze the very last remnants of toothpaste out of a tube. When the act of waiting gives my brain enough free time to start panicking, I knock on the door again, just to give myself something to do. But there's still no response. There is nobody home. Noelle isn't there, and neither are her parents. Well, that would explain why their car isn't in the drive. No car. No people. I can't hear a single sound, not even from a stray bird or a lonesome cicada. There's nothing. It really does feel desolate here. I guess there isn't much I can do then. I say this aloud, attempting to organize my thoughts. It might be easier to do so in words, rather than in stifling confines of my own skull. I'm not sure whether I'm relieved or not that Noelle isn't home. At least it means I don't have to face her. For now. This gives me a little more time to prepare myself and figure out what to say. It's difficult, though. I don't know if there's anything you can say after abandoning your best friends for 2 years without a single word of explanation. What? Okay, well then. I guess since Noelle isn't in, this means I can pay a visit to Amo. Well, that's probably true. So I guess it's a good thing we did this. Or maybe this leads us to the Noelle way instead of the Amo way, or... I don't know, man. I'm always speculating when there is nothing to speculate yet. I turn away from Noelle's home and make my way back to my grandparents' house. I know my old bike is being stored somewhere in the back garden, waiting for me to ride on it once more. Oh, that's nice. It's taking longer to reach the next town than I thought it would. I slammed over the handlebars of my bike. Handlebars, that's what you called it. Oh, okay. Of my bike like a slab of freshly cut meat. My face is just as red. I pant heavily, trying to get my breath back. Sweat bats on my forehead, dripping down the counters of my face, and off the tip of my nose. This gradual degradation must be what happens when you move to the city. That's true. That's really, really true. If you're not used to riding bike and, in general, doing sports, it's very fast happening that you suddenly are out of shape, you know? Since everything was all so convenient, I stopped walking and cycling everywhere, and instead started to rely on the godsend that is public transportation. I took the train to and from school. When I wanted to go shopping, I went on the bus. I I hardly ever had to walk, unless it was to the convenience store, and that was only 3 minutes away. My heart burns, my face is on fire. At least one good thing's come out of all this. When I blush, my face gets so red it helps to obscure my freckles. I've never liked them. I have wondered about wearing makeup to conceal them before, but what? Might be kind of strange asking my female friends for advice about that. True that. Jesus. Man, really, some people have problems. I don't know if they would tease me, but... well, even if I wanted to reinvent myself, it's already too late. The people at my new school already know about my freckles, so what's the point? Do Japanese people have freckles? I have never seen a Japanese person with freckles. On the other hand, maybe I've never seen one. I wouldn't be able to fool them. I'm just the same as I used to be, all those years ago. Or am I? If that were really true, then why has cycling suddenly become such a chore? Could I have changed more than I thought? My legs hurt. After that strenuous cycle here, I don't even want to look at my bike, let alone ride it. Unfortunately, I can't just abandon it somewhere along the street. That would be irresponsible, and somebody might trip over it. Burdened by my own code of ethics, I end up towing the wretched thing along behind me, holding it by the handlebars. Maybe it wasn't my fault I got so tired. After all, this is an old bike. Perhaps one of the tires is flat or something, and the brakes aren't very good either. Sure, man, sure. It's not my fault. It really, truly isn't. Or at least, I don't want it to be. Jeez. Trying to distract myself from my concerns over my physical fitness, or lack of it, I take a look around at my surroundings. Come to think of it, I really should be paying more attention, given I'm wheeling along this unwieldy vehicle. I don't want to run over any small children. The streets are pretty crowded. Since it's a warm day, the whole street is flooded with life. Young men and women strolling along hand in hand. Parents pushing baby strollers. Old men and women shielding from the sun under the bus shelter, laughing over private jokes. There are young children clinging to their parents, wailing for ice cream. A group of teenage boys with their hands thrust deep into their pockets, sporting backwards baseball caps. A gaggle of girls with fake tans and long fingernails laden down with shopping bags, whatever laden means. Everywhere I look, I can see something happening, and almost everybody seems to be smiling. Is that because of the warm weather? The town really does have everything. Large business, buildings with more than 3 floors. I don't know, man. Judging by the houses I see, there are max 3 floors, not minimum. Okay. Anyway, a library, a hospital, a police station, a church, several shops, an elementary school, middle school, and a high school. Not combined into one classroom like the school in my old village. There are even ice cream vendors in the street, a couple of fast food restaurants, and a movie theater. Truly, this place is a metropolis. At least that's what I thought when I was little. Littler than I am now, I mean. Oh yeah, because you're short. Now I know that this isn't really true. This is only a small town with a population of about 30,000 people. It's not nearly as cosmopolitan as I thought. When you get older, your perspective really does change. Man, don't be an asshole just because you live in the city now. The 5-story company buildings that were once so impressive are less grandiose now. The single library is sadly understocked. The ice cream vendors nothing special. In bigger cities you can also buy crepe, yakisoba and takoyaki in the street. Oh my god. You became an asshole in the city. That's nothing. I lived in Berlin, okay? That's as politicianal, yeah, you know what I mean, as it gets in Germany. And I swear to you, when I came back to my hometown, I never had the feeling like, everything is so small here. You can't even buy, I don't know, something here. Jesus. Now where was that cafe again? If I remember correctly, it was just down the street and then to the left. Not too far away. This is only a small town, so of course it isn't too far away. Nothing is. Yeah, you're a dick. I feel a little bit worried about my disheveled hair and sweaty brow though. If I go to see Amo looking like this, it won't make a very good first impression. I bet she'll make fun of me. Should I have tried to find a public restroom somewhere so I can freshen up? I'm not so sure. It sounds like too much hard work. If it's Amo, she'll make fun of me no matter what I look like. That's just her thing. If Amo laughs at me, she'll laugh at me. I don't think I'll mind. It's how she communicates with people. I think right now, all I want to do is see a friendly face. Coming back here after so long feels stranger, more unsettling than I thought it would. Well, let's get to know Amo. And so I finally made it back here. Back to this familiar cafe. Seems more like a restaurant, but okay. It's warm. It's a warm, comfy place, made mostly of wood. Jesus, that is still very loud either. Every music has a different volume level, I get the feeling. I'm not too sure though, but I don't know, man. A small establishment, not very large, with a certain kind of humble charm. And the waitress who came to greet me... Hello, sir, and welcome to Amo Cafe. Really? It's named after you? Okay. Will you be dining alone today? Is there anywhere in particular you would like to... Wow, it took you really long. Oh my god. It's Amo. Her pink hair is as messy as ever, tendrils falling out of her ponytail. One hand on her hip, she looks up and down, her mouth parted slightly. No way. That's no fair. She's grown over the last couple of years too. I may have entertained some wild fantasies of one day overtaking her, being able to rest my elbows on the top of her head, just as she always did with me. But, of course, it didn't work out like that. The best laid plans never do. I didn't grow at all the last 2 years, but Amo, she's shot up like a stick of bamboo. Man, keep cool, you know? Some boys usually grow later than girls. I mean, I personally, it's funny though, because I stopped growing like with 16. And usually boys can grow until they're like 20 or something. But you know, that's life. She's still taller than me. A lot taller than me actually. How depressing. Amo looks at me in surprise. It takes a few moments until finally she's able to greet me. And when she does, the words that come out of her mouth, "Cockroach Kid, it's you!" are not exactly flattering. Because you like to collect bugs? Cuckoo, okay. Ah, that's a laugh, I suppose. Jeez, Amo, that's mean. I'm sorry. I just can't help it. You were always boasting in your letters about how you're getting even taller, you're going to catch me up soon, blah blah blah. But when I actually meet you, you still look like a 12-year-old. You're still the same old cockroach kid I remember. Don't call me that. I'm trying to put that painful chapter of my life behind me. To you it might be a tragic tale, but to everyone else it's a comedy. Hey, don't go deriving so much pleasure from my past failures like that. It's mean. I'm a mean person, Achan. I thought you know this already. Amo's laugh is just how I remember. It's a devilish little giggle that sounds incredibly mocking. That laugh, coupled with her smug expression, makes me feel as though nothing's changed between us. If she wanted to, she could still rest her elbows on the top of my head and use me as a co-star. I sigh. Still, I'm pretty grateful. If you hadn't swung by, I'd still be stuck working in that crappy cafe until 4. I owe you one, buddy. Laughing, Amo claps me on the shoulder. She uses too much force, and it hurts more than she probably intended. I wince, rubbing my shoulder. I hope that doesn't leave a bruise. Jesus, boy, man. You're really... how do you say that? A pussy. Yeah, that's not actually what I wanted to say. A weakling, there you go. But a pussy fits as well, I suppose. In a not misogynistic way. No, or is that hating people? Or is that hating women? Oh man, I don't give a fuck. Even though you're working as a waitress now, you're just as violent as ever. Me? Violent? No way. You could have discolated my shoulder. Sorry. I guess I was just so happy to see you again. I got a little overexcited. Hee. Amu giggles, waving one hand as though it's no big deal. Because Amu never takes anything seriously. Being with her is always pretty relaxing. Which is kind of remarkable, given how much she beats me around under the flimsy guise of friendship. Perhaps Amu's easygoing nature comes from living in the countryside, free from strict rules and regulations, confusing train timetables, and angry people in business suits holding briefcases. Seriously though, you look dreadful. Are you okay? I look down at myself, self-consciously, examining my sweat-stained shirt and... damn it. Maybe I should have tried to clean myself up just a little. No, I'm fine. I feel great. That's a lie. Shut down so quickly. You look like you're on the verge of death. What happened? I stare at the floor and mumble something unintelligible, hoping Amu won't hear. Of course, this pathetic attempt at resistance proves to be completely futile. Smirking like a proud detective who has just cracked a particularly difficult case, she leans forward, hands linked together on her lap. You tried to cycle here all by yourself, didn't you? No. Don't be stupid. I helped you chain your bike up outside the cafe. Remember? No, you weren't there. Of course I remember. It only happened half an hour ago. No, he said he did that already, didn't he? Am I stupid? Anyway, Amu has always been better at practical stuff like that than I have, too. What? You can't lock your bike? Okay. Maybe I'm misunderstanding something. After several failed attempts of me fumbling around with the lock, Amu eventually sighed. Oh, yeah, you're really too dumb to lock your bike, okay. Eventually sighed, hands on her hips, and shooed me out of the way so she could do it herself. I was just, taking my bike out for a walk. I thought it needed some fresh air. I am so sure. You see, this is how I think it happened. Do you want to hear? Please, impart upon me your knowledge, O great detective. Well, obviously, you decided to cycle all the way here, thinking it would be no big deal, acting like you know it all is as usual. Hey! And then, obviously, you forgot just how out of shape you've become using that public transportation that they have in the city. Don't make quote marks with your fingers when you say public transportation. It's not a conspiracy theory, you know. And neither is the city for that matter. And then you got all tired and out of breath, and gross and sweaty, and you realized you're not as healthy as you used to be. Amu surmises with a flourish of one hand, a grin on her face. Is that about right? I pout. How is this girl able to see through me so easily? You left out the part where I found a giant peach floating down the river with a small child inside. Okay, I don't get this reference, but okay. Did this child go on to fight off a band of demons with the help of a talking dog, a monkey, and a pheasant? Okay, it's definitely a reference, but I don't get it. I think something like that might have happened, yeah. I'm sure it did, Achan. In the legend of Momotaro, maybe. Ah, okay. I see. Che. Okay. C-H-E. Like Guevara. Okay, I don't know, man. I don't even bother to ask anymore. When I don't understand something, I just read. You're just as mean as I remember, Amu. Amu ruffles my hair, mussing it up between her fingers. And you're a lot sweatier than I remember you, Achan. Hey, that's not fair. Neither is life. I'm sorry, but you'll have to get used to it. I grit my teeth together and glare at Amu, but it's half-hearted. I'm not really mad. This is just how Amu and I interact. After all these years, I've gotten used to our comedy routine, so I find myself automatically acting as the straight man, even when I'm not so bothered by her silly antics. That we could slip back into our old routine so comfortably after so long. Feels strangely relaxing. Hey, Achan. What is it? Amu's smiling, a winsome expression on her face. I know that face well, with more familiarity than I know my own reflection in the mirror. What do you want, Amu? Huh? How did you know I wanted something? Because I know you. Is my face really that easy to read? It really is. It's because I'm a fair maiden, I raise an eyebrow. There are many ways I could describe Amu, but this combination of fair and maiden is not one of them. What do you mean? I mean, because I'm so sweet and gentle, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm not a dishonest person, you know. Well, I guess that much is true. But anyway, what are you after? I know you want something. Well, I've been working hard at my parents' cafe, you know. I know, so... So I could really use an energy boost right now, if you know what I mean. Like what? Amu giggles deviously, pressing her index finger against her lower lip. What, like a good luck kiss? Huh? I stare at Amu in alarm, my eyes so wide I worry they might roll out of my skull and land on my lap with a plop. Does she mean kiss? I couldn't. Even though we're friends, I think she's just teasing you, you douchebag. Oh, Achan, your face is all red. Of course it is. What else did she expect? Well, if a kiss is too much, I would settle for a snack. Food. Okay. That might be slightly more manageable. I just need to get my breathing under control first. Woo. Okay. Then I'll suppose we stop here and go on next time. So we now know Amu, and we know that something is wrong with Noelle. So that's the thing. Alright, so thank you everybody for watching, and leave comments and stuff down below. And once again, purchase this game if you like it. And I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye!